So today we will talk about the greatest common factor, and we're going to talk about fractions in simplest form and how to simplify fractions. So let's start with the greatest common factor. First thing, we need to know what are the common factors, and we're going to remember what do we mean by factors. A common factor of two numbers are factors that are the same. For example, if we have 18 and 24, we need to find the common factors for 18 and 24. It's very important to keep in your mind the meaning of the factor, لأنه في some students بضلهم up to grade 8 وبنسوا شو يعني factor. هلا the factors are the numbers that we multiply them together to get 18, for example. So what numbers we multiply to get 18? There are so many numbers. We can multiply 1 times 18 is 18, 2 times 9 is 18, 3 times 6 is 18. So these are all the factors of 18. Then 24, we list all the factors of 24. These are the factors of 24. You can write them in order, and it's okay if you write them like randomly, not in order. It doesn't matter, but the point is to write them all. So 1 times 24 is 24, 2 times 12 is 24, 3 times 8 is 24, 4 times 6 is 24. So see, you have to use the divisibility rules, if you remember them, to help you to write all the factors of the numbers. So here are all the factors of 18 and all the factors of 24. The red numbers, as you see, are common. There's 1 in 18 and 24, and 1 is actually a common factor for all the numbers. 2 is a common factor. 3 is a common factor between them both. 6 is a common factor. So these are the common factors. Okay. The greatest common factor, it's not necessarily to keep write the full words of greatest common factor. You can just write the first letter of each word. So you can just use GCF, or sometimes they use HCF, highest common factor or greatest common factor. Okay. Now, if we need to find the greatest common factor of our previous example, 18 and 24, we already listed the factors of 18 and all the factors of 24. And then step number 2, we found all the common factors. And after that, what we need is the greatest of these common factors. The greatest number of them is 6. So the greatest common factor of 18 and 24 is 6. So easy, very easy steps to find the greatest common factor. Now, this is the same question again. Now look at question 2. It says, is 3 also a greatest common factor of 18 and 24? Look, 3 is a common, but can we say that 3 is also a greatest common factor? It's obviously no. Of course we can't. Like, when we say greatest, there is only one greater number. And when you compare two numbers, we can't say that both numbers are greater. Okay. There is. Okay. Now let's go to another question. Here. Find the greatest common factor of 18 and, we did this already, of 16 and 24. So as you see, who can, I know the answers are shown, but let's discuss it together. Rama, do you want to say anything?
No, only I want to answer.
طيب يلا Rama, discuss with me the first one. How did they find the greatest common factor of 16 and 24?
They take the largest number that repeated.
No. First of all, we list the factors of 16, and then we list all the factors of 24, and
Then we
then
will take the largest number that
the largest
repeated.
common. Yes.
That repeated 2 times.
مش repeated. احنا ما بنحكي repeated. احنا we say the one which is in common between them. In common. Okay, well, it's actually the same, repeated in 16. So here 1 2 4 8 and 1 2 4 8 is are all common factors. The greatest of them is 8. So 8 is the greatest common factor. Yes, thank you, Rama. Let me choose someone to just discuss with me the second one. There's Umar, Amir.
Hi, teacher.
Hi, Umar. So, Umar, in the second example, we have 30 and 36. What did they do to find the greatest common factor?
They wanted to see which one is 30 and 36, which one is the highest number that are like the same.
Yes, so they listed the factors of 30, all the numbers that you can multiply them to get 30, and the factors of 36. So they found that 1, 2, 3, and 6 are in common.
6 is the biggest, so it's
yes.
It's
Yes, thank you very much, Umar. 6 is the biggest of them. We can't say it's 1 or 2 or 3 because 1 and 2 and 3 are not the greatest here.
You need the highest.
We need the highest. Excellent. Thank you, Umar. Let's go now to the other easy and simple concept, which is fractions in simplest form. So first, a fraction is in simplest form if the numerator and denominator have no common factors other than 1. Again, we all the time exclude the 1. We don't need the 1 because 1 is already in common between all the numbers. So if we have a fraction with a numerator and a denominator with nothing in common between them as factors, we say that this fraction is a fraction in simplest form. So now, let's have some examples about fractions in simplest form. Here, we have 1 over 2 and wait. Okay, so the numerator here is 1, the denominator is 2. 1 and 2, they don't have any common factors other than 1. Aslan, there is nothing we multiply to get 1 other than 1 times 1 is 1. There's nothing else. Hala 2, there is only 2 times 1, 2. So 1 and 2, they have nothing in common other than 1. So they are, or actually this is a fraction in simplest form. Same as 2 over 3. The factors of 2 are 1 and 2. The factors of 3 are 1 and 3. So is there anything in common other than 1? No, there's nothing in common. So this is a fraction in simplest form. Same as 4 and 7, 4 over 7. The numerator 4 and the denominator is 7. So here, 4, it has other factors like 2 times 2, 4, 4 times 1, 4. Factors of 7, there's only 1 times 7 equals 7. So they have nothing in common other than 1. So it is a fraction in simplest form. Same as 5 over 8. 5 has only 1 and 5 as a factors. 8 has 1, 8, and 2 times 4 is 8. And yeah, and 1 times 8 is 8, so they have nothing in common other than 1. So all these fractions are fractions in simplest form. Now here, which of these fractions is written in the simplest form? Who can tell me? We can see here many fractions. Who can tell me which of them is a fraction in simplest form? There's Mu'in الزعبي. Hello? Mu'in, are you there? We can't hear you. صوتك كتير بعيد معين، يعني I can barely hear you.
هيك؟
Yes, this is much better. يلا.
اوكي مس عادل تعيد السؤال؟
هلا we can you see these fractions?
Yes.
We just need to tell or choose the fractions that are written in simplest form.
In simplest form?
Yes. Which
Okay.
of them is a fraction in simplest form here?
5/6.
5/6. Yes, excellent. This is a fraction in simplest form. لأنه 5 and 6 they have nothing in common.
Nothing in common.
Yes.
Do you need more or do you
Yeah,
want to
let me choose someone else. Thank you, May.
Okay.
Naya.
problem.
Naya, let me see Naya.
7/11.
What?
7/11.
I didn't get 7/11. Yes. 7/11 is another fraction in simplest form. Yes, excellent, Naya. Type. Taysir, can you give me another fraction in simplest form?
5/7.
5/7. Yes, excellent, Taysir. 5 has only 1 and 5 as factors. 7 has 1 and 7 only as factors. So they have nothing in common other than 1. There's just 1. So it's a fraction in simplest form. Type, who can tell me, thank you, Taysir, who can tell me why 5/10 is not a fraction in simplest form? Let me see, Leen Hijazi.
We can divide 5/10 by 5, so we get 1/2.
Excellent, Leen. 5 and 10, they have something in common. They have 5 in common. We can divide 5 by 5. We can divide 10 by 5. So we can get the simplest form. Okay, thank you, Lean. Now mute yourself, please. So let me go now to more questions. How can we write a fraction in simplest form? This is, for example, a fraction 12/20. If we want to write this fraction in simplest form, we need to find the greatest common factor. Some of you can figure out the number or the factor directly. Some of you would like to use the greatest common factor way. I'm going to tell you the greatest common factor way, and then we will do the other questions directly. So the numerator is 12, the denominator is 20. You can list the factors of 12 and the factors of 20. Remember to write all the factors, لأنه sometimes if you miss one factor, that factor might be the greatest one that we need. So here, the factors of 12, here they are, and the 20. The greatest common one, we can see 1 in common, 2 is in common, 4 is in common. So the greatest one is 4. We need to use that 4 by dividing the numerator and the denominator by 4. So 12 divided by 4 is 3, and 20 divided by 4 is 5. You can make sure of that. 3/5. 3 and 5, they have nothing in common. So they are fraction. This is a fraction in the simplest form. Type 9/21. Yalla, who can? This is gonna slide automatically. Who can tell me what is 9 over 21 in simplest form? Those who answered, try not to raise your hand عشان نعطي chance for the others. So there is Amir. Yes, Amir. Amir Salim.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, Amir. Can you tell me how do we write 9 over 21 in simplest form?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Divide by 3.
Divide by 3. Excellent. We can 9, it has 3 as a common factor. 21 has also a 3 as a common factor. It's their greatest common factor. Because look, if you list the factors of 9 and the factors of 21, 3 is the greatest. So, yalla Amir, tell me, what do you get when you divide by 3?
9. Divided by 3.
9 divided by 3 is 3.
As 3. 3 divided by 21 equals
21 divided
7.
by 3 equals 7. Yes, excellent. So in the end, this is it. 9 divided by 3 is 3, and 21 divided by 3 is 7. So it's 3 over 7. Excellent, Amir. Thank you. Yalla, Misk. Misk, you're raising your hand.
Yes,
Are you?
teacher.
Yes, Misk. Yalla, the next one is 12 over 30. What's the greatest common factor that you're going to divide them both by?
1 minute. 3.
3 is the greatest common factor. It's a common factor, but not the greatest one. What are the factors of 12? Tell me.
3 and 4.
Yes. What else you multiply to get 12?
2.
By?
2 by
2 times what is 12?
6.
2 times 6, yes. Type. And there is also 1 times 12. What about 30? What numbers you multiply to get 30? There is 30 times 1, 30. And
3 times 10.
3 times 10 is also 30. Excellent. And yes, Taysir, I can see you. Excellent. 5 times 6. 5 times 6, it's 6. Yes. So the greatest common factor is actually 6. So when we divide 12 by 6 and 30 by 6. So what do we get? 12 divided by 6 is 2. 30 divided by 6 is 5. So this is the fraction in the simplest form. Okay? طيب. Wait, let me check. So this is how we find the simplest form. Is there anyone having any question about the simplest form? طبعا I see many hands are raised. راح أشوف من الأول. زينة أبو ديا, do you have something? أو منار actually.
No, teacher, I don't have anything.
Okay. هلا, if you don't have any question. Okay, if you don't have anything, lower your hand عشان أشوف إذا في حدا عنده سؤال قبل ما نخلص.
I lowered it.
Taysir, do you want to say anything? Okay. And Nabil, do you have something to say?
Yes,
Yes, Nabil. مش كتير سامعتك منيح نبيل. I can't hear you very well.
بصير تعيد الشرح تاع الحصة الدرس الأول.
درس امبارح قصدك؟
لا، درس اليوم بس كان أول إشي لأني جيت متأخر على الحصة.
هلا نبيل احنا we already recorded the class the session، عملنا لها recording ورح نبعت لكم اياها. Okay, بس هي in general it was about the greatest common factor. If you need to find the greatest common factor like this example that you see, 18 and 24, how do you do that? The main point is to write all the factors of 18 and all the factors of the other number and find what numbers in common repeated in 18 and 24. In the end, we need the greatest number that we can see. Okay, Nabil. And again, all the sessions are recorded and we're gonna send you or upload them to YouTube. And remember to take the booklet of practicing for the sessions that we take. That's everything for today. Tomorrow, inshallah, we will have a new topic. Yusuf, في شي بدك تحكي؟
Teacher, can we make it mentally?
هلا mentally the steps of greatest common factor and so on ممكن تعملهم mentally بس you have Yusuf to show me divide by what?
Show your work.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Lean, yes, Lean.
Are you gonna teach us all the year?
يعني we still don't know بس most probably no.
Oh. And I have another question.
Yes.
About the booklet. From where we will take it يعني?
From the school.
When?
هلا الأحسن هلا by the end of today يمكن اليوم ما في وقت ما بعرف إذا if you can go هلا بس إنه اليوم بكرة maximum بتكون موجودة بالريسبشن.
I can go today to the school. يعني what should I say for them to give me it?
احكي لهم بدي البوكلت تاعت الماث لحصص تمكين.
اوكي.
اوكي وبس انت احسن احكي تليفون قبل ما تروحي انه عشان تتاكدي انها جاهزه.
اوكي.
انها موجوده. اوكي.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for attending and your commitment. So tomorrow inshallah we'll see you. Bye.